Happy Monday, Priscilla. Hey, Marie. Hope y'all are doing well. I've got my video here, and I've got here so I can see the word. Let me see if I can see it on here. Good. Hey, Kathleen. I'm doing good. It's Monday. It's a day off from work. Got a couple chores done this morning. Hi, Sheila. And then got ready for the live because tomorrow is my 1 year anniversary with YouTube. I'm so excited. It's just hard to believe that a year ago I started this, and it's so much fun. Hi, Ingrid. I didn't even think that I would even get this far. Chore, yes, it's a 4-letter word, but it was okay. I got them done. They'd have to get done sometime soon. I had to go get my oil changed on my SUV because the reminder light came on Friday, and I'm like, well, I don't know when I'm gonna have another day off during the week to get it done. I know, happy anniversary, yay! Thank you. So I was like, I better go ahead and get it done today. And then the place that I always go to locally here, they were open today. So a lot of places are open and a lot of places are closed. A lot of the federal places, I don't know about state if they're open today, but federal, I believe, is closed. So I guess no U.S. mail today. I'm not real sure. I guess that's part of it. So yeah, 1 year. It's hard to believe. This is the little gnome that I finished up the other day. That's the girl, April gnome. She turned out really cute. I love her little ponytails, pigtails. I thought those were super cute. I'm working on the one for May, and this was I think this one was the boy. Thank you, Kathleen. That's the boy. That's as far as I've gotten. So I thought I would work on a little bit of that today. So I thought that was super cute. I love it. The Quilt Smart grid is really helping to it just makes it come together so much quicker. I know, big head, right? Yeah, he's got a big head. He's a graduate. My daughter, she is finishing up her last semester in college. She should be graduating in August, which is just hard to believe that the 4 years have flown by so fast. So figured this would be perfect timing to get this one together and have it ready to go. Maybe work on that one and focus on it since she'll be graduating in August. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but once a month on Friday nights, Cotton Cuts has like a little Zoom meeting. Have y'all heard of that yet? That was pretty neat to see, and I got to be a part of that this past Friday. I guess it's been going on for a while, so that's when I worked on this one. But it starts, I think, like at 7 o'clock Central Time, or is it 6:30? I'm trying to remember which one. Hey Russ, thank you. I hope that I haven't missed anybody in the chat and said hello. I don't know how Becca and Sean, how they do all this. When it's scrolling really fast, this one's not scrolling too fast, but when it gets to going, like, you have to miss certain things and miss people's hellos and all that. Oh yeah, my daughter, she'll be she is 23, and it seems like just yesterday they were just little things. Time flies by way too fast. Aw, thank you, Kathleen. Yes, please take a minute and give me a thumbs up. So did y'all get a notification that I was going live from YouTube? So I'm still kind of learning how to do all this and seeing how all that works. So I may need to talk to Sean or to Donna and ask them any other questions that I might have with going live. So normally this is not something that I take time to do or get to do. So this is fun getting to say hello to you guys today. So tell me, what are y'all, thank you, Marie. Yay! Hey, Priscilla. Yes, thank you. Okay, very good. What are y'all working on today? Are y'all in the sewing room today, or what are y'all working on? Let me know. It's raining like really bad because I'm here in Alabama, and the last couple of weeks we have. Ooh, you're crocheting a plant hanger. Oh, awesome! And Russ, he's doing some video editing and trying to catch up on socialites. Yeah, sometimes it's playing catch up is keeps us busy, but it's we've had some really bad weather lately down here. Ooh, a cathedral window quilt. Oh, that's beautiful. If you are on Facebook, I did start recently a new group. It's called Martha's Creative Life and Friends. If you're on Facebook and you want to try it, you're more than welcome to come in and join me. That's a good way. I figured that because see on YouTube here, we're not. I can show you what I'm working on, but you can't. I can't see what you're working on. So I do have an Instagram, Martha's Creative Life, and then I just started the group on Facebook. It's Martha's Creative Life and Friends. If you want to come join me, and that way you can show me what you've been working on. It's really fun to see that. I love being able to interact with y'all. I can't believe, because actually tomorrow is my anniversary, because last year, I guess, with the holiday that I had at work, I was off, but it wasn't, I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look at the calendar and see how it was, but I was off that day, and that's why when I went live for the first time. So maybe it was on Sunday. Yeah, I bet that's what it was. We were closed that Monday, but Sunday was Juneteenth. So anyway, so I guess with the date, it was the 20th. So tomorrow's actually my 1 year. It's going to make my head hurt. Yeah, some people do Facebook and some people don't. So, I just figured that would give everybody a chance if they wanted to join the group, they could. That way I could see what you're working on. How is the weather everywhere else? Right when I was about to get started live on the channel here, the whole bottom just fell out. I can hear it. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not, but no thunder or lightning yet, so I'm hoping that all that stays away and then it's just regular rain. But we've had hail, let's see, what night was it? I think it was Thursday night. My husband and I got home and I was making dinner and I was like, what is that sound? And we walked outside and there was, if you have Sonic, which is a fast food joint, we have one locally here. If you know what Sonic Ice, the size of it, hot. Yeah, hot here too, just hot and rainy. And it was the size of Sonic Ice and it was hitting the roof, and we have a metal roof, and it was hitting the cars, or my SUV, my husband's truck, and it was making such loud sounds. And the leaves were, very nice, Kathleen. That is weird to have. You just never know with the weather lately. It's a beautiful hot day here in southern Ontario, Canada. And you're in Northern California. Yeah, y'all are a long way from me. I'm way down here in the south, but the sound of the hail hitting the roof, it was just really, really loud. And the leaves, they weren't just like blowing in the wind, they were like blowing like this, and it was crazy. And then the top of the trees it wasn't just your normal swaying in the wind. I mean, it was a little scary. There were some tornadoes that had hit down further away from us, but it was a little scary. So we just made sure we had the weather on so we could see what was going on and just kept an eye on it. So yeah, it'll be sunny for a little bit, and then all of a sudden the rain will start coming down again. So yeah, now I can hear the thunder. So anyway, so let's go ahead and 100 degrees last night. Oh my gosh, during the summertime, I prefer the cooler. Yeah, I wish I could send some of that rain over to you. Anybody who needs it, I wish I could send it over to you. During the summertime, like when it gets so hot. Hey, Christine, you're from South Florida. I'm from Northwest Florida. That was where I was from, but now I'm in Alabama now. So yeah, Florida heat, Alabama heat. During the summertime, when it gets so hot outside, and then like the heat just kind of hovers over and never really goes away because of the cloud cover, and it just holds it in, and you walk outside and you just feel like you're just gonna melt into a puddle of goo. That I hate during the summertime. I like the cooler weather, but I've never really been where there's snow. Like where my sister-in-law Stephanie lives up north, she's in where there's snow all the time, and she'll take the girls out because their girls are little, and they'll be bundled up. Yeah, down here it's all about the humidity. That's right. Out there in the west, I don't know about dry heat. I just know wet heat is what I know about. Yeah. But during the summertime, yeah, down here you just feel like you're gonna melt from the humidity. But the good thing is, I guess you're dry. Yeah. Everyone's like, no, they don't want to stay. Make sure that I'm gonna check over here for just a minute, make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, my husband, he's from up north, pretty much where my bestest sister-in-law Stephanie lives, and her and her husband, well, her husband, that's my brother-in-law because that's my husband's brother. Um, they he stayed up there, but my sister-in-law, I think she lived down in Florida for a while and then lived in a couple other places, but she loves it up there where it's cold, and I don't know how she does it. Yeah, we were watching something on TV last night about earthquakes. It was pretty scary. Yeah. Mother Nature, she doesn't know what she's doing anymore, does she? All right. I have been watching everybody and kind of figuring out what to get. I did get a steam fast. I got it from Walmart. Super cute. I haven't put any water in it, but you can feel the heat coming off the plate. I mean, right here I can feel it. And then I got a little cover, but I don't think it turns off automatically, so I have to make sure that I unplug it when I'm not using it. Yeah, she is one crazy lady. That's right. Yeah, it's the humidity. Yeah, it's the air that hangs low. But I'm loving this little guy. So, do y'all have a steam fast? What do y'all use for your iron? This one's working perfectly, especially working on the gnomes. So, what would y'all like to talk about? Yeah, it doesn't turn off. Okay, that is right. Oh, they had a bad batch that caught fire. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to have a cordless one that would turn off. I just have to make sure before I leave, when I do use it, that I turn it off because I have this insane fear that I'm gonna walk out without unplugging it, and that scares the mess out of me. But I found it over in the craft section at Walmart because the other one that was where all the irons were, there was something different about it. So I guess this one is designed to be more for crafting. Okay. What's about the ceramic bottom? What's so special about that? What's the new cutting system from So Tights? I haven't heard about that. Oh no, I hate having a leaky iron. That was one of the reasons why I stopped using the house iron, is because it's had water in it, and I don't know. It just seems like no matter how much you get the water out, there's always a little bit of water in there. That's a good idea, Kathleen. Kathleen says that she plugs hers into a strip with the light on the table. It reminds her if the light is on, the iron is on. Lift them both off. So Tights has a magnetic mat and ruler to hold everything in place. No, I haven't seen that. Oh, we don't have a Costco near me. Maybe if I went to go see my daughter at college, they might have a Costco over in her area. I'll have to go check. I think I'm going to try to go see her next month, because this month is almost gone already, and go see her and spend the Saturday with her. And I'll have to see if they have a Costco. She's always wanting to go out shopping. Do you have to? I don't remember. Oh, Costco is one of those membership places, isn't it? Like Sam's. Sam's Club is what was near me when we lived in Florida. Is Costco like that? You have to. Can you go in there if you don't have a membership? Do you know? Kathleen said she left the door open after the water drained out. There was still water inside. Oh, one time free with a pass. Well, that's nice. That way it gives you a chance to go in there and see if you like it and see if you want to get the membership or not. That's nice. I'll have to let y'all know if I find anything when I go over to see her sometime next month. She got her graduation gown, but they can either buy it or they can rent it. So she decided to rent it because, you know, she's only going to use it one time. And but she's getting her stole. That's the thing that goes kind of lays down on top of their graduation gown. She got a graduation cap and she got her invitations. So she's super excited about that. What is on the, hey Glenda, what's on the block on the wall behind me? That's the Cotton Cuts gnome. That's the girl from Cotton Cuts. I finished her up last Saturday. Yeah, I worked on it. The guy who sews, Sean, I worked on it with him and Robin, and I got to finish it up that afternoon. Thank you. They have been a ton of fun. Y'all want to see the other ones? I have them. These are the ones I've gotten done. So Cotton Cuts, they sent me, since I'm an ambassador, they sent me a yes, but with her graduating in the summer, Christine, I'm hoping that it will be a little bit smaller. One of her friends just graduated and she said it was about 2 hours long, so maybe it won't be too bad during the summer. The campus has been like not packed at all. She's like, Mom, it's so quiet over here. Yeah. Okay, so here's the January boy gnome. I love this right here. Oh, hey, Sean. We were just talking about you. Were your ears burning? I'm glad Sean's working today, so he couldn't come on and say hi very long, but everybody say hey to Sean. Y'all, Sean has been such a great mentor to me. I couldn't have got to where I am today without Sean, so I'm so appreciative of Sean. And here is the February girl gnome. I was trying to go back and forth, like do one and then one of the different, you know. Yeah, this way. Right? Yeah. All right. Here is the girl for March. She turned out super cute too. And then April is behind you. And then the one that I'm working on right now is the girl right here. No, I'm working on the boy. I'm sorry. This one. That's the one I'm working on. I switched it from the girl to the boy. That's what I'm working on. Yes, all the gnomes are the same size. They are, I can't remember, let me tell you. Yeah, they're not very expensive just when you buy just the gnome by themselves. Okay, I was checking because on the directions for it, you've got the front, which is when you're doing it without the Quilt Smart Grid, and then the other side is for when you're using the Quilt Smart Grid. So I want to make sure it's both the same, which they are. It said the finished unit measures 12.5 by 22.5. So it's a pretty decent size. No. And then if you want all the, because you have two color choices. I'm sorry that this is backwards. You got the solids and you got the batiks. So that helps you to, the batiks, I like the batiks because it gives a lot more dimension. If you haven't seen Andrea over at Arkansas Gal, she's doing the solids since I'm doing the batiks. But you get, if you want to do it, you can get all four. So these are your two accent pieces, and then of course that's the boy and that's the girl. So it really is customizable as to what you want. Marie said, Sean, it's crazy how 2 weeks ago I didn't know you exist. Now I see you everywhere. She said, guess I was in the wrong circles. You do a very good job, Sean, of supporting your content creator friends. Hey, awkward quilter. Yeah, Sean did a really good job with his gnome he made last Saturday. Making sure I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, Kathleen, using a water bottle, that's a really good idea. I don't even have one. He is cool beans. Sean, you're cool beans. I think the rain stopped, so that's good. My husband, he'll keep track of everything. He'll be like, okay, Martha, there's a storm coming. Get home, get safe. Sean sleeps with his eyes open. Right, Sean? Oh, thank you, Kathleen. I appreciate that very, very much. Kathleen's reminding everybody to hit the like button. Do y'all have any questions for me? When did everybody start quilting? Mine started like right before the pandemic because we had so much time, free time. So I had set up the sewing machine in the living room at the time because where we were at in Florida, we were renting, and we just had this one big open area. It was really nice. So I would sew in there, and that was t-shirt quilt. That was the first thing that I did. I know, right, Russ? And Christina said she just started sewing um, less than a year ago. Y'all, if y'all haven't seen what she does, please catch up with her. She does some amazing work. Yes, and Russ said, I love the fact the pandemic gave us a bunch of new quilters. Sheila says she's been quilting since about 2008 and 2009. Did any of y'all ever take a sewing class in school? Or did you have home ec? I had home ec and I took a sewing class. I didn't think I did very well back then. Marie says she's been in about 5 years, but she didn't sew a lot the first year. Her first quilt was a rail fence. That's awesome. Yeah, we did clothing too. Well, it wasn't clothing, it was like a purse. Totally hated the color that I picked. Yes, I agree. Russ says if we would have done quilts and home ec, we probably would have started much earlier. Wow. Sean says, never a dull moment in my world. Sleep is overrated. Yeah, Kathleen says she started learning quilting 4 years ago and then started quilting 2 years ago. In between surgeries, created a sewing room. Wow. Very nice. Teresa says she recently started quilting, but she sewed clothes way before that. It's awesome because we all learn from each other. That's what I love too. And we all aren't experts on everything, but we're an expert on something and we can help each other out. I love that. I say it all the time. We have such a great community of people. You know, it's never perfect. Nothing is, but it's nice to be able to rely on each other and ask questions. Oh, Marie said there was no sewers in her family. She taught herself from YouTube also. Yep. Hey, MJ. I call Mary Jo MJ because her and I both are technically a MJ. I like to call her MJ too. It's hard to talk and try to put a gnome together at the same time. I can keep getting lost as to what I'm doing. Oh. Too funny. I guess practice makes perfect, right, Sean? I know. We need to make something that says we're proud YouTube University graduates. We need to make something fun. I had made some half square triangles and I don't remember where they're supposed to go. I had it up on the table and I knocked it off the other day, so I had pieces running all over the place. I had to pick them all up. Wow, Sean is celebrating his 18 months on YouTube. Kathleen has a master bedroom. Thanks, Kathleen. Hey, Nancy. Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw it recently. Nancy just sent me some Happy Mail. You know, besides Stephanie sending me Happy Mail, that's the first piece of Happy Mail that I've ever gotten from anybody. That was just like super neat. Nancy picked out some beautiful, beautiful layer cakes. What are you going to have done sometime this decade, Sean? MJ says she has so many nicknames. She says she answers to anything. MJ, Mojo, Sojo, Jojo. The only thing I don't respond to is Mary because it takes me a few minutes to realize who they're talking about. Yeah, my grandmother, my mom's mom, she actually turned 103 this year. Oh, a pattern for a YouTube graduate. Yes, Sean. I'm going to task you with that. Future Sean needs to worry about that tonight, okay? But my grandmother, she just turned 103 this year, and she would make all my mom's clothes. I don't know if she made my uncle's clothes, but she made all of my mom's clothes, and I think she still has some of them, but it was pretty amazing to see how well she did with that. I have her old sewing machine. It's in, it's we use it like as a table right now because the sewing machine itself doesn't work, and I'm afraid to turn it on, even just to plug it in because it's so old. So I just use it in our living room. It's super beautiful, but she did an amazing job. But my mom, she never did any sewing or anything like that, and I just picked it up because it was fun to do. Yeah, the Happy Mail envelope. Where did I put it? I have it around here somewhere because I didn't throw it away yet. Well, it's like, how am I going to put it on there? She didn't write Happy Mail on there. I did that. I was like, well, I need to make something so that you know it's Happy Mail. So I wrote Happy Mail on there. Oh, I think we all have a lot to learn. I tell you. Something that I really want to learn how to do more is that FPP. I was going to show y'all. I was going to put together this little Becca from Sew Becca. I had won a goodie bag from her a while back. And so, see, these were some of the things that was in it. This was the wipeout pattern. Do any of you have this pattern? If you don't have it and you want it, let me know, because this is the second one that I have. So I already have one of these. If I can give that to one of y'all, just send me a message. Let me know. It came from the Fat Quarter Shop from the Sew Sampler box. It was the March box, and it's March of 2022. So yeah, let me know. So then she sent this one, an Advent Christmas tree. I thought that would be really pretty to put together sometime, maybe as it gets cooler. And then she sent me this cake mix recipe. It's from Moda Fabrics, but it's this one right here. So it's FPP. And I was trying to look at it, and I'm like, I need to go to YouTube to figure out how to do this because I don't know how to do it. I've done one little thing that I thought would be fun to do. Just keep learning. Yeah, instead of keep swimming, keep swimming. Keep learning, and that's the pattern for it. And then when you're done, it's supposed to look like that. So yeah, they sent 2 pieces in it. That. Oh, the rain is here again. And then like a light color. Not tan, not white, not gray. Kind of just a off-white color. Kathleen says, you're just an old hat at YouTube, Sean. That's true. We all have different ways our brain works, Russ. Okay, Sheila said that Sugar I Do? Is that how you pronounce that? Does a lot of paper piecing. And then she got this Scrappy Hearts banner. Well, that would be fun to make. There's a pattern in here for a mini heart quilt. I'm sorry that this stuff is backwards. I'll have to figure out how to flip that around for next time. Love Letters to Paris block. And all the fabric to go along with it. So it was nice. She had some giveaways. Oh, okay. Beth from Goody Goods. Her tutorial was great. That's how Sean learned how to. Kathleen says she loves to sing songs all day. Yeah, I used to sing. I think that I can't really sing that well anymore. Yes, Beth is awesome. Oh, I'm not backwards? Oh, so when I'm looking at you, everything that I show up here, like all this, it's backwards to me. I didn't know that. Thanks for letting me know. I am backwards. Goofy backwards. Does that count? Sugar Edu is how she says that. Okay, I'll have to check her out. Kathleen says she don't care if it sounds good or bad. She's gonna sing. That's why I sing in my car. I'll sing at the top of my lungs. I'm having a concert. And I didn't have to pay to get in. Okay. Sugary Doo. Did I say it right? Sugary Doo. We were watching YouTube and we come across a gosh, I forgot his name. You sing on the motorcycle? Can anyone hear you, Nancy? Nancy has a motorcycle, y'all. I'd love to ride a motorcycle one day. Phil Collins, that's who we were listening to him the other night. And my husband's like, I love Phil Collins. And I'm like, you do? I didn't know that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Russ says your video preview shows backwards, so you're not having to think which way to point. Ah, okay. Marie says a neighbor caught her giving a concert in her kitchen one time. And Kathleen says, oh my gravy, I was singing on the way to church one day years ago, stopped at a light, and I got an ovation. I nearly died. I was in my car. It was supposed to be private. Oh my. That's hilarious. Oh, I would have turned 10 shades of red. Oh, were the kids in the car with you, Kathleen? My daughter would have just looked at me and went, Mom. Russ says, can I sing? Nope. Does that stop me from belting at the top of my lungs and causing the cats to be frightened? Also, nope. Kathleen said yes, and the gal I gave the rides to and her kids too. This little iron works great because it can get in the corners. Because if you're not careful, the Quilt Smart Grid, because of the glue that's on it, it'll like stick to your iron. The big one, I was having such a hard time in the corners and everything. I had to use like a piece of material to cover it but this works really well. So I like having a smaller one. It helps. Nancy, what I'm working on is the gnome for May. I'm working on the boy. This one right here. No. The volume's back. Who said to turn it off and turn it back on? Marie, thank you. Oh my gosh. Ah! The volume's back. The volume's back. Woohoo! Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Thank you, Marie. You saved the day. Okay. Anytime someone calls on your phone, if you have an iPhone and you accidentally answer it, just turn it off and turn it back on. And that works. Marie saw that sometime in a live, and that helped. Kathleen said, sweet beans and butter sauce. Well, that sounds country, doesn't it? I know. Marie gets a girl. Thank you, Marie. Okay, now I lost my place. What was I doing? Y'all, we've been live for 45 minutes already. No, 47.39. This is the longest I've been live. Now I see how Sean, when he has his interviews on Saturday morning, the breakfast with the, I can't even say it, brekkie with the guy who sews. People been asking, Kathleen says, people been asking me whole life, where are you from? Right here. Yeah. Aw. Marie, thank you so much for joining. She said hubby's home from work and he's very hungry. He apparently doesn't think I wear a cape. LOL. Yeah, we can blame it on the gnomes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I'll hush. I won't quit my day job. How's that? Do y'all remember Manili? I can't even say their name. Take care, Marie. Good to see you. Bye. Milli Vanilli. Y'all remember them? I was telling my daughter about them a couple of weeks ago, and she goes, who? What? And she goes, what do you mean they didn't sing their songs? And I was like, yeah, you didn't know who they were? And she goes, no, I've never heard of them, Mom. And I listened to them and showed her one of the songs, and she goes, all right, that's really, really weird. I know, I have 4 of them. You would think that, well, they're probably little sneaky gnomes, you know. That's why they didn't tell me what was going on. They wanted me to have these technical issues so they could secretly laugh at me when I leave the room. That sounds good. Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah, so the sound goes off for a while when a call comes in, so I don't know if that's... I'll have to talk to Sean about that later to see if it just comes back after a while or you really do have to turn the phone off and then turn it back on. Because that helped, that worked, that fixed it. Kathleen says she's a goofy. Her normal self mood today. You know what? We only have one life to live here. We have to have fun and enjoy it and be silly. if I could go back and tell my younger self that, I would definitely wish I could, but my nickname, yeah, I smiled all the time, but I was very shy. As I've gotten older, I've gotten goofier. It just happens. Of course, then my daughter's like, "Mom, what are you?" She looks at me crazy. I'm like, "Yeah." I'm so glad that y'all came by today to help celebrate my 1 year. I'm so thankful to have gotten to meet all of y'all. A year ago today, tomorrow, I didn't know anything about y'all. It's pretty awesome. So I figured maybe about 10 more minutes and we'll go ahead and end the live about 10 minutes. Unless y'all want to keep going. I really didn't have anything planned today. That's right. Nancy said, goofy and smiling means you're happy, Martha. Yep. I am, Sheila. I'm really enjoying it. I, had watched YouTube for so long, and I kind of always had it at the back of my head that I was like, it would be so neat to have my own YouTube channel. Like, what would I do? I just would be neat. I've never done anything like that, before. And I was talking to Stephanie because we would always watch on Friday nights. We would always watch Becca from So Becca, and she's like, "Well, why don't you start your own YouTube channel?" I'm like, no, thank you, no. And she's like, "No, really, you should try it sometime." And I'm like, "No," and that's just me thinking that that's something that would be way out of my comfort zone, that I wouldn't be able to do something as crazy as that. And so just one day I decided, you know what? Let's go ahead and try it. I'm turning 50 this year. Last year, I was like, I'm turning 50. I'm like, you only have one life to live. If you want to do this, go ahead and do it and just have fun with it. And I've been having fun with it. Sean has a phrase, and he said, if he ever gets to the point where he's not having fun with this anymore, then he'll stop. Neither one of us have gotten bored, or we're still having fun with having our own YouTube channel. So, yeah. Kathleen said, honestly, Martha, I enjoy being and sharing the goof. Oh, Kathleen says, I'm so happy I was here to catch you. She canceled an appointment. It's always a joy to spend time with friends and folks we have in our community. Yes, very much so. And I'll say it all the time that I'm so thankful that I've gotten to meet everybody. And I just, yeah, up here where we live, we moved to a place that was where I could go to work, where I could transfer with my job. But, we moved somewhere so we could have our own piece of land and our own out in the country and not have to worry about, because where we were at in Florida, the pricing of houses was so high, and my husband said, I didn't want to be able to pass the toilet paper to the neighbor. And out here we don't have to worry about that, so it's nice. We still have neighbors that we can see and wave at them, but it's just nice to have our own little piece of land here, so we enjoy it where we're at up here in Alabama. And it's still close to my family, so I can still go see them when I want to. It just takes a little while to get there, but not too far. And I always laugh at my first video, and I'm like, oh, it was the Liberty box for last year, and I did the unboxing on that. I go back and look at that video and I'm like, oh my stars. Oh, but I kept it up because I don't want to ever take it down, because hopefully I'll be able to see in years to come how far I've come, and I always wanted to be a teacher. That was what I always wanted to do. And then when I got to college, I worked at the local daycare center that was on campus, just for like a part-time job, and some of it was for volunteer experience. And I got around all those kids, and even though they were a lot younger, I was like, I don't know how I could do this 8 hours a day. So I decided not to be a teacher and went a completely different path. But so now I get to be able to hopefully at some point do some teaching on here, and just showing everybody what I do, because I'm definitely not an expert at quilting or sewing, but I sure do and love doing it and making it and getting to meet everybody. Sheila says, despite her best efforts, she said her friends really aren't makers. Communities such as this do so much to support and inspire me. And yes, and I think that's one of the reasons why also I decided to be a creator too, is somebody asked me, well, who did you used to watch? And there was like so many, and I still do to this day. I still love, it may sound silly, but Donna Jordan's videos when she's taking her rotary cutter and slicing the fabric, that sound, I just absolutely love it. And then her picking up her stuff with her nails, it's just neat to sit there and watch her and know that she's going to make something beautiful. So had a lot of content creators that kind of inspired me. Quilts, Russ said, I'm apparently still tired. I went to put my block units together and my HSTs are too big, better than too small. That's true. Sheila Carlson said, Donna Jordan, cutting goals. Yeah, she is amazing. So that's a good question to ask you guys. Who was your first content creator? When you started watching YouTube and learning how to quilt, who did you watch? I watched Karen Brown, Donna Jordan, Fat Quarter Shop, Kimberly Jolly. Who else? Fallon, yep. Sean started watching Fallon at Soviet Quilts. I love watching her channel. Okay, Kathleen says, Martha, do you have any tips that would help a YouTube channel newbie? Maybe could do a video or a live and share those tips. Maybe do it with Sean on a live together. Compare your lists and share. That's a really good idea. Hey, Sean. Yeah, I think Kim and I have talked about that before, that it's on his list of things that he wants to do. Sean is very much a techie guy, and I am definitely not a techie girl, so my stuff, yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Because when I first started, I didn't have like a microphone, and I bought one like on Amazon, and I don't even use it anymore. And I think at the time I didn't have the phone that I have now, so the speaker wasn't that great. But this one that I have now works really well, and I know there's quite a few content creators that they just use their phone. I mean, I know you can get actual cameras and all that, but I don't have a laptop, I don't have a camera. I just use my iPhone for all my stuff. I did invest in a ring light, because this room is also my daughter's room when she's home from college, and the colors on the wall are more of a warm color, so it makes it very kind of dark in here, so the ring light really makes everything brighter. So if you go back and look at my first video, totally, definitely, you can see how dark it was, and there was really hardly any light in here. So I've got the light above, I got a lamp, I got a light back there that helps when I'm cutting, and then the ring light really makes a big difference. So that's true. Sean says really all you need is a phone, a tripod, and a ring light. Russ said, I don't use my phone to record, and I'm tired of my microphone issues. I was editing today, and that was the last straw. Yeah, Kathleen said Donna Jordan, Karen, Kimberly, Becky, I'm not sorry, Becca way back when, Karen, On Point Quilting, yeah. Sheila says she took a couple classes at her local shop. That's how she learned how to quilt. Yeah, Sean, let's talk about that at another time. And MJ says she doesn't have any friends outside of the YouTube community. YouTube allows me to interact with people who have similar interests. Kathleen says, sweet! Mark it down. Good idea. LOL. One good thought leads to another. Put one front in front of the other. Ah, Kathleen, you are on a roll today. I love it. Yeah, my husband and I, we still love, yeah, Lisa Capon quilts. I love watching her. She does such a good job with coasters and things like that. We've just made what, Kathleen? Crystal Heart's in the house. Hello, Crystal. Hey. Y'all, if y'all haven't seen Crystal, y'all gotta go check out her channel. She is so much fun. Her and her family, they just moved into a new home. Kathleen, your day. We just made your day. Woohoo. Yeah. But yeah, Crystal, I love her to pieces. So go check her out. She's Crystal Heart. I love positivity, and she just always brings a smile on my face. Crystal getting all the love. Woohoo! And her girls are just so precious and cute. I get to see her girls on her channel sometimes too. And with my girl being 23 now, I don't get to see the little ones no more. And then, my sister-in-law, my two nieces, they're way up north well, actually it's not cold right now, but normally they have all the snow. I don't get to see them. You're in Austin, Sheila. That's where Invader Coffee is. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Invader Coffee, but my husband found them a couple of years ago, and it's air roasted coffee. Oh, it's so good. And they make it in the ground. And do they do the whole beans? I can't remember if they do the whole beans, but they do the K-Cups too. I just love them. But they're located in Austin, Texas. Aw, she just dropped Cam off at summer camp yesterday. Aw, yeah. I remember my daughter when she'd go to things like that for the summer. I'd be like, okay, it's time for you to come home now. Crystal, the name of it's Invader Coffee. It's air roasted coffee. My husband actually has a discount code, Crystal. I'll send it to you if you want. What is the name of it, or what's the coupon code? So it's invadercoffee.com, and the coupon code, my husband came up with it, and I'll explain it. It's Big Bald Deaf 10. So my husband is big, he's bald, and he is 100% deaf. He has bilateral cochlear implants. So it's Big Bald Deaf 10, and that gets you 10% off your orders. You can use it anytime. But they have, I'm trying to think. Don't California My Texas is our favorite one. We love the whiskey. It does not have whiskey in it. Um, there's a Nectar of the Gods. But Wes is the person who owns the company, and we just absolutely love the coffee. Um, we had no power this past week from one of the storms. It went off at like 3 o'clock in the morning and never came back on until about 10, and I had to go to work. One, I had to take a really cold shower because we have a hot water tank, but it runs off the electricity, and I got in there and I'm like, okay, why isn't the water getting warm? And I'm like, oh, we don't have power. So I had to take a really quick shower, and that was very, very cold. And then I was getting ready to go out the door, and I'm like, oh man, I gotta go find coffee somewhere. Because here in our area, we don't have a Starbucks. My daughter loves Starbucks. She loves to get all their little fruity drinks there, and so I had to run over to another coffee place, and I was drinking it. I was like, oh, this coffee's so good. It's not Invader coffee, but oh, it's so good. And by the time I got to work, it was all gone. I had to throw my cup away, and my husband's like, you finished your coffee that fast? You have coffee? I'm jealous. I'm like, it's not Invader coffee. It just had to, fulfill the need of needing coffee. Okay, what did I miss? I missed something. Kathleen, I love your little guy, little blue guy. I missed something along the way, though. Yeah, I just saw a video pop up that Lisa did a studio tour of her new space. I'm going to have to check out that video. Yeah. I have a Keurig machine, and I thought it would be great. Oh, are you cold, Kathleen? Or you like cold coffee? And I thought the K-Cups would be great. You could try different kinds of coffee, and yeah, I don't like the K-Cups. They don't taste right. But some people love them, and that's okay. So I took all my K-Cups to work, and we finished them there. I am not getting any sewing done. That's okay. Oh, I had to take a cold shower. Yes. Duh. I just completely went off on another. Told you about something else. Yeah, that cold shower. Because I was standing there. I'm like, okay, is it going to get warm? It's really cold. Half awake. I'm like, oh, that's right. There's no power. It's not going to get warm. Because I take hot showers. So do you take cold showers or do you take hot showers? Mine mess up the whole, messes up their mirror and fogs it up. Aw, Russ, you're not adopted. My daughter doesn't like coffee. She likes all the other stuff from Starbucks, but not coffee. She said that actually coffee makes her stomach hurt, and I don't know what it is. We've talked about it. I thought, well, maybe, I was like, does it hurt when you drink milk? She didn't have this problem when she was little, with milk. And she goes, no, milk doesn't bother my stomach. So I don't know what it is, that something in the coffee, she just doesn't like it. But that's okay. Aw. Kathleen says, I really love how Lisa loves her new home. It's just so precious. Sean said he was a barista for years and only started drinking it when I quit that. Russ said he's naturally caffeinated. How do you be naturally caffeinated? Do tell. Aw. Nancy says she loves the smell of coffee but hates the taste. Yeah, until my husband found the Invader coffee, I actually loved the smell of coffee and hated the taste of it. Yeah, tea's good too. Would you like a spot of tea? y'all checked out. Let's check to see who's got channels here in the Crystal's like, I'm not naturally caffeinated. I need coffee. So some of us were born caffeinated. Some of us were born decaffeinated. Oh, so let's see. So Quilt Meets World. That's Russ. He has his own YouTube channel. Crystal Hart. She has her own YouTube channel. The guy who sews, Sean. He has his. Who else has a YouTube channel in here that I've missed? Fallon, she hasn't stopped by, but we talked about her a little bit earlier. So Be It Quilts, she has her own channel. Sojo Quilty Stitchy Things, MJ, she's got one. I'm going back through and making sure I'm not missing anybody. Sewing Sensations by Shady Susan, she has her own YouTube channel. I'm going way back to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Yeah, so if you have your own YouTube channel and I haven't said your name yet, let me know. Yeah, I think I've said everybody. Nancy says she loves iced tea all year round, and Kathleen says, oh, I love coffee. At least 1 cup a day is a must, but those nasty K-cups, she's over it. Oh, Russ says, I scare my coworkers. I'm up and hyper at 8 a.m. when I arrive. They have almost threatened me because they hadn't had coffee. MJ says, I'm only naturally caffeinated at night. The daylight makes me sleepy. Kathleen says, I love iced tea, but I must have a cup of. I like, of course, was born and raised here in the South, so I like sweet tea. But I have found as I've gotten older, I can't drink that sweet Southern tea no more. I have to get it like half and half, because if my husband and I go out to eat, I'll get him and I both will get sweet tea. And, we're eating maybe about 6 o'clock, at 6:30 at night, and come 10 o'clock, 10:30, we're laying in bed going, do penguins have knees? I don't know. We are wide awake, so yeah, definitely we don't have to have the sugar in the tea anymore. Well, Sheila, sure, why not? We all have unfinished projects. What could you call that? You could come up with a cute name. Sheila's UFOs. Alright, let's try to work on this little gnome here again. QA. Kathleen, she's saying to MJ, she said, I used to be that way. The sun would go down and I clicked on. One of my daughters was the same. Wish I could bottle that effect. Right? Oh, Russ said he worked 13 months at Waffle House, 3rd shift, and you know how to make sweet tea. The first shift people started asking which side I made for their customers. My first job was at Pizza Hut way back when I was a teenager, and I loved that job. It was so much fun. And I remember making the sweet tea. And I remember the containers that you'd make them in. You had to clean them because the sugar would get all gunked up in there. And that was some of the best tea. Oh, Sean said he made the Chick-fil-A sweet tea for years. Oh, MJ says she's worked that shift for 25 plus years. She needs the daylight to sleep. think I lost some of my pieces to this gnome on the floor. I must have missed it. Now Russ wants sweet tea from Chick-fil-A. Sheila said she grew up on sweet tea, but mostly stick to the hot tea now. Oh gosh, it's after 3 already. Sean says they deliver. Kathleen says she grew up on sweet tea, made a couple gallons a day. She started reducing her sugar very slowly, and then her oh, I lost the. Oh yeah, we have our guild meeting coming up. When's that on Sunday? What time is that, Sean? Does everybody know about the guild? Oh, that's okay, Kathleen. I get it. Hey, Tamika! Welcome! This is only my second time being live, so it's good to see you here. Tamika, she has her YouTube channel as well, so go check her out. It's just Tamika Sending Smiles, in parentheses, Mug Media. Welcome. Now, MJ, I like unsweet tea too. Have y'all ever had the cold brew tea? I grew up, my mom would always boil the water, turn the water off, and then put the tea bags in there and steep it, or she would make sun tea outside. But I found the cold brew tea from Lipton, and that's how I make tea now. I don't even boil it, and I can actually drink that unsweet. So Sean says that our guild meeting on Sunday is 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Central. I'm sorry. Let me start all over again. The guild meeting is 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. No, I didn't start a guild. Sean did. Sean, can you give us a little bit of information? Do you have a minute to tell us about it? A little bit more? I've only been to one meeting. I'm bad. But we had a lot of fun. Crystal's like, guild? I'm missing a lot. No, you're not, girl. You've been in the middle of moving and setting up your posh room. You're not missing. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, so details are on the Discord group, but email me if you have trouble getting on. Does everybody know about the Discord group we have? It's so funny at work because I have to make sure that my my notifications are silenced because the guild not the guild, I'm sorry, the Discord group is always dinging. And I left it on one time, and my coworkers were like, "What is that sound?" And I'm like, "Oh shoot, I need to turn my notifications off and put them on silent." Because they were just like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's my friends on Discord." They're like, "What's Discord?" Crystal's out of the loop. She's not sure what the Discord is, and we'll have to share that with her. can imagine Martha, LOL, loads of fun. I try to be. You don't have to wonder no more. Yeah. And then Sheila says, no, the only Discord group she belongs to is for Saint fans. Who dat? I wonder if they have. I guess Discord is for a lot of different. I didn't even think there would be one for like football fans and all that. All right. Sean put his email, the guy who sews at gmail.com, if you have any questions about Discord or if you have any questions about the guild. Kathleen says she took it off because of all the dings, but she'll have to add it back right away. No, the Discord is not a Facebook group. I do have a Facebook group for me. It's Martha's Creative Life and Friends. That's where you can share your projects with me, because I always get to share mine with you, but I don't get to see yours. Oh, honey, I'm a hoot and a holla. Sorry. I had my coffee earlier, can you tell? And Crystal's like, who dat? Oh. Yeah, Discord, it is a different social media platform. You can be a member of more than one Discord group or server. Oh. Yeah, so it's like a way where you can go and chat with everybody. I can't even think straight reading the comments. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to be good. Get somewhere. Y'all are making me laugh. Crystal, it's okay that you didn't know. I just made it maybe 2 weeks ago. You actually inspired me because you have your Crystal Hart has her own Facebook group as well, and you have everybody in there. They're always sharing what each other's making, and I think it's so cool, and it's such a positive place to a group to be a part of, and I like that a lot. So you inspired me, Crystal, to start my own Facebook group. Okay, Tamika says she thinks that her brother has a gaming group on there. So it really is the Discord. It's just a way for everybody to, whatever you enjoy doing. There's a Discord group on there. Of course, for us, we have it for quilting. Yeah, I'm missing some of these. And I don't know where they fell on the floor. I'll have to look for them in a bit. All right. Okay, so Sean's saying he thinks a lot of gamers actually use the Discord group too. Yeah, Crystal, I love seeing what everybody's doing too, and that's why I created the group. All right, Sean said the meeting is on Zoom. He'll post the link in Discord. He said he'll probably do that later on today. Kathleen says, I bet the gnome knows. I'm sure he does. It is, Tamika. That one is the April girl gnome. I got to show everybody earlier, so I'll show them again. So that one's the April girl. This one is the March girl. I can't wait for the June one to come in. It's got watermelons on it for June, for summer. And here is the February girl. And we were talking about these earlier. They finish at 12.5 by 22.5 inches. And they're from Cotton Cuts, and this is the January boy. And for all of them that I've been making, I use this stuff called the Quilt Smart Grid. We talked about it last Friday night on the Cotton Cuts Zoom monthly meeting that we had. And if you go to Cotton Cuts Fabric, I think that's where Robin always puts all the information about the monthly meetings, but gives the link there for Zoom. But they actually went to a quilt show, and they got to meet the people of Quilt Smart Grid that puts all this together. So these that they picked are 2-inch squares. They're 2-inch squares, but they have all different kinds of other sizes of this stuff. So for the gnome program, they this is an option that you can get. So like for May, this is your little card that you'll get. It's customizable. I know I'm repeating myself, but some of y'all haven't gotten to see this. So here's an accent piece. Here's another accent. You can choose one or both or none. And here's the boy gnome and here's the girl gnome. And then you can choose it in solids or batiks. So it's a lot of fun. So if you just want to do one, it's like $16 and some change. Or you can get all four, or you can mix and match. And you can choose between the solids or the batiks. So it's really neat to do. They're a lot of fun to put together. Sean, last Saturday on his channel, him and Robin worked on one of the gnomes together, and they did not use the Quilt Smart Grid. And I haven't used that, haven't not used it yet. It just makes it go by so much quicker, and you put it together. And how you sew it, you press it all down on the Quilt Smart Grid. So all the Quilt Smart Grid is on the back here, and then you take it and you fold it down, and you sew your 1/4 inch seam all the way down, and then you flip it on the other side and do the same, and then you press it out, and then when you're done, you have this. So it's really, really neat. I do too. I love the gnomes. They've been so much fun to put together. So I think I'm gonna have to stop making the gnome right now, because there's some of my triangles that are this color here, and I am missing them. So when it fell off the table the other day, I thought I had picked everything up. I'll have to stop for right now. I'll go ahead and iron these down. Tamika says, my mind is overloaded, but it looks easy. But I'm sure it'll be complicated in some way. Aw. Yeah, they are pretty easy to put together. And, you know, every stitch you do helps with our 1/4 inch, you know, seams, and getting those not ever perfect, but as perfect as we want them to be. It's helped me tremendously. This is what I've got so far on this. I'm going to stop until I can find those pieces. I'll have to find it in a little bit. But there's the top of him. And then I got to do some more 1/2 inch or 1/2 square triangles. I've got to finish some of those up. Usually what I do is to make it, I'll look at my pattern and I'll count how many half square triangles that I need of all of them, and I'll go ahead and sew those and put them together and press them out, and that usually works for me. But I didn't do it this time. Now I'm missing some. And if you're actually ever missing any of your fabrics, sorry, I have a fan on and it keeps blowing my hair. You can always call Cotton Cuts and or email them, and they'll get you what you need out. Susan said, I'm glad I see I'm not the only one that loses my quilting fabric. Yeah. Well, I was working on another project in here, and then it got all in a disarray, and and then it fell off the counter and everything. Nicole said, good morning. Hello. Nicole has her YouTube channel as well, so if you haven't checked her out, please go over and see Nicole. And I think I said Susan has her channel also, so please check her out. So many wonderful creators and friends in our community. All right, let's put that off to the side. Susan said her cats knocked her fabric off the table last night. And then MJ, yeah, they get into all kind of stuff, don't they, Susan? They're little sneaky little things. And MJ says she couldn't figure out why her sewing machine wasn't working. It helps if you turn the machine on. I had that happen a couple of months ago. I went to go turn it on and it wasn't turning on. I'm like, oh no, what's wrong with my sewing machine? I was about to be in tears. I was like, no. And then I looked and it wasn't plugged in. It got knocked out. I was like, phew. I was all worried. Thank you, Nicole. She says she loves my gnome. Wow, it's 6:30 your time, Nicole? Well, I'm glad you're here. Where are you at, Nicole, if it's 6:30 your time? Because it's 3:30 my time. Where are you? Where that it's 6:30 in the morning? You'll have to let me know. Speaking of cats, Susan, you'll get, if y'all are cat people, you're gonna love this. So we don't have any cats. My husband is actually allergic to cats, so we never will have any cats in our house. And we've been here 2 years now. Oh, you're all the way from Australia, and it's Tuesday morning. Cool. Welcome. Yeah, she's all the way in Queensland, Australia. Another Aussie, just like Sean. So when we moved here, we didn't see any animals like the first year, and we've gotten to see some bunny rabbits. And did y'all know that bunnies naturally do not blink? They do every now and then, but wild bunnies, when you see their eyes wide open, you'll hardly ever see them blinking. It's just rabbits in the wild don't blink. But anyway, getting back to the cats, we didn't see any cats in the area, and we figured that there were just none here. And this little black cat came up probably maybe 3 months ago, and she just started coming up to the property, and she's got little white feet. On all 4 of her feet are white, and she's black all over. Little thing. She's not very big. I don't know if she's just a small cat or if she's a young cat. I'm really not quite sure which one, but we made the mistake of giving her some food. And now she comes back, and now she comes twice a day. She comes in the morning time before we go to work, and she comes over to the house in the evening time when we get home, and she demands food. She'll sit there at the door. She won't come in, and she'll go, meow, meow, and just with such intensity, like, please feed me. And so my husband's like, oh my gosh, we have a cat. And I said, but it's not our cat. And he goes, no, but she's the neighborhood cat. I wonder who else she goes to visit. So now when she won't eat the cat food out of, because we went to the store when we went grocery shopping and we bought cat food. And now she wants to be hand fed. So my husband gets out there and for about 15 minutes will stand there and hand feed her. She hasn't brought any friends yet. Hey. And there is one black cat. I think he's probably maybe he was a, I don't know if he ever, the wild might be his home. He might be a wild cat, but he will not let you come up. But he'll come and hang out around the house and just kind of look at us and go, hey, and then we'll, hey, and then he'll like, later, I'm out of here, later, and he'll run away. He will never let us, get close to him. But we've called her now. Her name is Socks because of her white feet, so she has a name. And my husband's like, Martha, and I'm like, yes, dear. And he goes, we're gonna start charging the owner cat support. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're too much. You crack me up, because we think that she lives at least 5 houses down, because we remember being outside one evening and this young boy, not young, like, maybe 18, 19, young, came up and he's like, have you seen my cat? And we're like, no, we haven't seen your cat. And he goes, well, we're like, well, what does she look like? And she's like, she's got white feet and she's all black. And we're like, okay, well, if we ever see her, we'll let you know. And we never saw her anytime. So she only started showing up just a couple of months ago. And we've kind of wondered if the owners left her. We're not really sure, because we don't ever see the people that we think that she belongs to, but we're all guessing. We don't really know where she's from. So now, yeah. So Gurkhan says she'll soon bring all the friends. Hey girl. Russ says across the way, Peeps have a cat who is the neighborhood cat. They tell us not to feed him, but we always give him treats. He has his route, and I think Socks does too. She has her route, because what I was going to tell you, I got off on a sidetrack on the story, is my husband will feed her. It'll take 15 minutes to hand feed this cat. And she'll just look at you and go, okay, I'm done. And she'll just walk off. And we're like, well, come back here. Kitty, come back. Don't you want to finish your food? And she'll turn around and just look at you, put her nose up in the air, and then just walk off. And I'm like, oh, the life of a cat. And then she'll go off to the side of the, across the street to the neighbors. The neighbors have a patio. So I think that's where sometimes she'll stay, because we don't have a patio, so she has nothing to get in under if it rains. And with all the rain, yeah, I think she goes over there, and I think she just tries to go visit her people in the neighborhood. So I keep forgetting I need to call my neighbor across the street and go, hey, have you been feeding the neighborhood cat? But one day I was able to get close enough to her, and I was able to, feel underneath her belly, and I'm like, yep, she's a girl. But I can't tell if she's ever had a litter of kittens or not. I'm hoping and praying, fingers crossed, that she's fixed. So how's everybody else's projects going? Everybody going pretty good on their projects? I'm going to go ahead and put the gnome off to the side for now until I can find that those little half square triangles. They have to be on the floor. I must have missed it. Did y'all get to see the fabric that Nancy sent me? What's your favorite pre-cut? Do you like layer cakes? Do you like junior jelly rolls? Do you like jelly rolls? But this was the fabric that Nancy had sent me. These are really pretty teals. And then this one has some really dark colors in it. Really, really pretty. Beautiful layer cakes that she had sent me. Nicole says, I'm in the finishing stages of my 2018 designer mystery from the Fat Quarter Shop. That's awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing when you have it all done. And Susan says she's working on moving her room still. She got her a lot moved today. That's awesome. MJ says she likes layer cakes the best. And in the back of the Moto one that Nancy had sent me, I thought it was really neat. I'm gonna fold it so you can see it better. They actually give you, Nicole saying hi to Sean. They give you ways that you can cut up your layer cakes. I thought it was really nice. Moto's pretty awesome. And Nicole says she loves layer cakes too. Because you get such a really good collection of all the different ones that are in the collection of fabrics. Yeah, and Susan says she likes fat quarters because you can make them whatever that you want. Well, I think we're gonna go till like 3:45 here, so we're just gonna end it here in a few minutes. I need to go check on the chicken. We're having tacos for dinner tonight, so I put some chicken in the crock pot and it's been cooking. I can smell it. It smells good. We're just gonna shred up the chicken and have tacos tonight. Make it real easy. Anybody have any questions or anything? Ooh, Sean says he likes cheesecake, carrot cake, and rum cakes. Yeah, those are good choices. But we're talking about fabric, Sean. Yes, I like cheesecake too. I actually found a recipe online recently. My husband had his birthday, and I made him a homemade cheesecake for the very first time. Oh, yes, MJ. It's good. Is it muted again? Okay. Chocolate mud cake is the best. I haven't ever had chocolate mud cake before. But the cheesecake recipe, I found it online, so I got to bake it in the oven. It turned out really good. I was very thankful for Sean and Amanda, his wife. She has her own channel too. She knits. Hers is Dog Mom Knits. Go check her out too when you can if you want to see some knitting. And I sent them pictures. I was like, "Is the cheesecake done? Is it done?" They're like, "No, you need to cook it for a little bit longer." And it cracked finally. I had a feeling it would, but we had some of it for his birthday, and it was so rich, but it was so good. And my husband's like, "I'm going to take some of this to work to share." So he's like, "That's less of it that's left here at the house." And I was like, "Okay." And he had to take pieces the next day too. So if I can figure out how to do it, I'll get the link for the video and either put it in the Discord group if I can, or I'll put it on the Facebook. I don't think or I could put it on the community tab here too. I could do that if you like cheesecake and you want a new recipe. So what is chocolate mud cake? Has anyone ever had that before? Now I'm getting hungry. No, this is not nice. Now we're talking about food. Okay. Depends on what sort of chocolate. What, for the chocolate mud cake? My husband made a chocolate cake when he was in the military, and he called it Death by Chocolate. And the job that he did, he actually was able to um, do a lot of that cooking and baking. And he was in the Navy for 21 years. So he's got a lot of good recipes that he did over time. But that chocolate recipe, that chocolate cake, you can only eat like a very small portion of it. It is so rich. MJ says, I like to eat cheesecake. I can't make it. It's safer for everyone. And Sean says, American chocolate is too rich for me. All I've ever known is American chocolate. Is there really that much of a difference of chocolate? I know that may be silly, but I've never had chocolate from anywhere else. I would have thought that chocolate from somewhere else, from another country, would be more rich tasting. Maybe not. Nicole said it's a very moist, rich cake. Well, does anybody have anything else they want to talk about? We're going to go ahead and end the live here in just a few minutes. Any questions or anything? Yeah, it's really been nice getting to talk to all of you today. Yeah. Nicole said chocolate is very different from Australia to the United States. I would not have known that. Who says you don't learn something new every day? Okay, well, I don't see any other questions or anything that anybody else wants to talk about before we go. So thank you so much for being here. Just can't believe that tomorrow is going to be 1 year that I've had my YouTube channel, and I appreciate all of y'all being here today. It was a ton of fun, and I had so much fun. Tamika just asked a question. She said, do I come on every Monday? No, I do not. I was actually off from work today for the holiday, for Juneteenth, and so I decided, since tomorrow's my anniversary, I thought today would be a great day to go live since I was home. I would like to go live more often. I'm just trying to figure out, I just haven't taken the time to figure out when, because we have such a wonderful quilting community, and we have content creators that go live certain times. Like Becca is always on Friday nights. Crystal Hart is always on Friday nights. Tiffany's Quilting Life, she's on Sundays. So I just need to really look and find out when a good time is for me to fit in with my schedule with home and work and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's one of the things that's on my list to do. I have a notebook that's got all kind of ideas and things in here that I want to do. So Nicole said, congratulations on being here for 1 year. Here's to next year. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you again so much. I hope you enjoyed this time with everybody. I know I did. I hope you all have a wonderful evening or morning, depending on where you're from. And I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of the time today. So y'all take care. Bye.